Listen, you subscribe to Deal Machine, and if you're not utilizing the email data, you're throwing money away. Even if you've got the basic Deal Machine plan, you get 10,000 downloads a month. If you have the pro plan, it's 30,000 downloads a month. And then they have an enterprise plan. And I don't remember, I think it's like 60,000 downloads a month that you can do across the board, right? You can no matter what plan you have, you can download data. And you're probably using Deal Machine to either drive for dollars or to use the dialer and call people or to look up properties or whatever you're using it for. But I'm going to guess that you're not using the email data. And it's a waste. It really is. So, a little backstory. My name's David, and I run a website called the Wholesaler's Toolbox. I've been doing that for 10 years now. Been in the wholesaling space. I've rehabbed properties. I've been a realtor. I've been a mortgage broker. I've done everything. I've been in real estate for going on 30 years now. And I've done a lot of email marketing. And I always thought, like, if I could figure out a way to get homeowner email addresses affordably, it would be a great outreach method because I do well with email marketing. In other aspects, I do like affiliate marketing and things like that. But it was always hard to get a homeowner email address, right? And a good accurate one on top of that. So last year, Deal Machine came out and said, hey, we're going to give away data, right, for anybody that signs up for Deal Machine. So you don't have to go out and skip trace it anymore. We're just going to go ahead and give you the contact information, phone number, addresses, emails, and all that stuff. And the light bulb went off. I thought, what an opportunity. Because I was always trying to figure out how to get homeowners to like opt into an email. But now we've got all this data and we can email them. So once they came out and said that, I said, okay, I got to put a system together to do this. So fortunately, there's a industry built around cold email, and cold email is traditionally used for business to business. So people will go on to LinkedIn, they'll scrape LinkedIn, for email addresses to all the types of businesses they're targeting, and then they'll email out their offer to those people that they scraped off of LinkedIn. So or they scrape it from other places, but nobody has traditionally used cold email for business to consumer, and that's what we are. We're a business. We're investors and wholesalers and whatever, and we're targeting consumers. We're targeting homeowners. So, but there's an infrastructure already set up for this, and I thought we could use that cold email system, which is traditionally used business to business, and we can set it up to do business to consumer. So early this year, early 2005, I did that. I set it up. I said, I'm going to test this. I'm going to take the Deal Machine data, put it into a cold email system, set up the cold email system, and see if it will work. And I did that. And I let it run for a few months, and it consistently got me leads every day coming in from the cold email. Now, I want to go ahead and state this. They're not all wholesale deals, right? Because if you've marketed, you are going to get people that respond to your marketing and they're going to want too much for their house, or it's going to be a retail deal, or there's no equity, so it turns into a creative finance deal or whatever, right? So I'm not saying you're going to get all wholesale deals. But you're going to get wholesale deals and retail and MLS type stuff and everything coming into your inbox every day. And you kind of have to sort through it and say, what can I use? What can I refer to a JV partner or whatever? But it consistently brings in leads. And the leads depend on what kind of list you run in Deal Machine. So, but it works fabulously, right? It just runs and it just produces leads coming into my inbox every day. So how do you do this? Okay, so first of all, like I said, we've got the data. We've got good data from Deal Machine. And I've tried other platforms. There's other platforms out there, and you guys know the names of them. Maybe some of you are on those platforms as well. But the contact data in Deal Machine is better than anything else I've tried. When I take leads from other systems and I take Deal Machine leads and clean them, right? So we got to make sure that they're all good, because sometimes there's, email addresses that aren't good. But when I clean them, Deal Machine leads come in usually in the mid 80s of being good, right? 85%, 87%, something like that. When I do the other platforms, they usually come in the mid 60s. So Deal Machine's data is really good. So I like to use the Deal Machine data. And that's why I'm making this video, because I know you're already using Deal Machine and you've already got the data. Then we have to set up the cold email system. All right. So how do we do that? So you can't just go out and just get, Gmail accounts or Yahoo accounts or Outlook accounts and just start mailing from them. Because if you do that, and you mail over, so many a day, you're just going to get marked as spam, because you're sending the same message out of the same inbox over and over and over again. And they're like, this message is spam, right? It just, they have Google and Outlook and all that. They have AI or whatever they use, but they can detect if there's something spammy going on. So what we do is we use a software designed for this, right? So there's a software that we can set up a bunch of email inboxes in it, right? All with different, David at this and David at that, right? All these different, email inboxes. And then the system will rotate and not do, 100 out of one and 100 out of the next, right? It'll rotate throughout the day and send some from this one, some from that one. And then on top of that, we can put in what's called spin text. All right. But what we can do is put different variations in each line of the email. So then when it sends out the email, it's using, the first line might be one thing. And then in the second email, the first line is something else. And, then in the third email, it's something else. And it randomizes each email that goes out. In addition, we're putting in the subject property address, we're putting in their name, we're putting in the city, we're putting in the county. So every email that goes out is different, right? So we can set up the system where we can send out hundreds or thousands of emails a day. Currently, I'm sending out about 1,000 emails a day. So we can set up this whole thing, right? We can get the domains and the email inboxes and get the software and clean our lists and do all these things for about, if you've got Deal Machine already, you can do it for like an additional $200 a month, which is what, like, $6 or $7 a day. You can set up the system that just shoots out emails for you every day, right? And like I said, you can, if you're cold calling, right, you're using Deal Machine to cold call, or you're using Deal Machine to drive for dollars, or you're using the mail center, or whatever you're utilizing it for, it's great, because all those things in Deal Machine are great. But this just adds to it. It amplifies it, right? So you've got all that data, and we can, all the email data, and we can take that and just download the list, move it over to our cold email system, turn it on and let it run. So I want to show you how to set this up. So what I want you to do is look at the description of this video. There's a link down there. And I'm going to give you a free ebook that I wrote that tells you how to set this whole thing up. You can go through it. You can do it on your own. You can set it up, get it done, right? And so for another $7 a day, you can send cold email all day long. Or option two, also in the description, there's a link to my school community. $29. In the community, I have a full course, not an ebook, but a full video course on how to set all this up. I have cold email templates, right? So depending on what you're targeting, if you're doing vacant or you're doing tax delinquent, whatever, I've already written the emails for you. You can use all those templates. You can utilize the course. You can get in there with a community of people that are already running this. You can join our weekly Zoom meetings and come on and ask any question. You can set up a one-on-one call with me and I can help you write a certain email or target a certain thing or whatever, right? So you have my assistance for doing that. So you can join the community, $29 a month, and you get all that extra stuff. Or you can just download the ebook flip guide, do it yourself. I don't care which way you do it. But if you've got Deal Machine, I want you to use this data. I want you to utilize it and get deals from it and stop wasting it. Okay. So if you're interested in setting this up, check the description, use my link, and hopefully I'll see you in the community. Talk to you later.